Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to another episode of Strategy and Spirit. I'm Colin Scotland, and today we're diving deep into a topic that I know has touched all of us at some point. How to navigate the maze of distractions, tactics, and shiny objects. These things that cloud our judgment, take us off down a path that becomes foggy and yields little to no results in our lives and in our businesses. So if you're ready to find a way out of that maze, let's dive in. We've all been there, enticed by the latest marketing tactic, the newest social media platform, jumping on Clubhouse and Threads and all of these things as they come up and go, and they rise and they fall. Or that must-have productivity tool or software. These shiny objects promise the world, but often deliver very little and make very little change except to distract us and pull us away from our true path. They create this fog of confusion. I don't mind saying that I am a recovering AppSumo addict, right? So I would spend countless amount of money just buying the latest lifetime deal. Oh, I might need this. My clients might need that. And just literally stacking up thing after thing after thing. I have a laugh with my coaching clients and we're like, oh, I've got a lifetime deal for that. All right, I've got that. I've got this. And I have so many things stored up in my digital closet that it's unbelievable. So I know better than most what it actually feels like to be drawn in to that shiny object. Now, the interesting thing is it plays on an emotion that we all have of hope, of optimism, of a sense that the answer is out there. If I get this software, I'll feel better. If I buy this, then it'll make a difference. And so we find ourselves, without really realizing it, seeking the answers in the wrong place. Distractions are more than just time wasters. They divert your energy and focus, and they can leave you feeling lost and disconnected from that thing that actually makes you successful. It's like being stuck in a labyrinth. There's just no way out. You're constantly chasing something that is just out of reach because guess what? You buy that software, the goalpost moves instantly. It's the next thing. It's the next thing. It's the next thing. It's a never-ending cycle. This really is where intuition comes into play. You have an internal compass, your North Star. It's that gut feeling that tells you when something is right or wrong. Even if you can't logically explain why, listening to your intuition is the first step in reconnecting with your higher self and finding your way out of the maze. But the thing is that maze, that moving path, that fog, that distraction, that draw, it is linked to your conscious awakening, your ability to take a step back and see that thing spinning. You that's inside of you that's in there watching this. Because we all just get caught up. We're in the hamster wheel. The thoughts, it's all the same thing. Thoughts are the same. Thoughts come up, we get distracted by the thought, we get carried along by it, and now we are just being dragged along by a flowing river that is just taking us with it. Oh, and what if this, and what if I get that, and then what if I do that, and how about this, and all of a sudden we are living in what Eckhart Tolle calls the hypothetical future. We are completely out of the eternal now, and we're living in a future that doesn't exist, but in our heads it exists. So we're living out this hypothetical because we are carried along by the torrent of thoughts. This is a perfect reflection of what happens with shiny object syndrome, with being distracted by focusing on things we don't know that we don't know. So we hear somebody who looks to be outwardly successful and they recommend doing X, so we do X, and we're drawn down that path. We're following these recommendations. Works for that guy, works for that girl. Well, it'll work for me. That's the thing that I need. That thing that's over there. I need to make that webinar. I need to create this course. I need to do that. And actually it's backwards. You're carried along by the river here, my friend. You are being carried along by the river. So the first step in this is just taking a step back, and it's seeing and recognizing that you are being carried along by the river. If you don't realize that you're being carried along by the river, nothing else I'm going to share with you will help. Zero. You'll go, yeah, great. And this will become the next thing that carries you along. First step is the recognition, the awareness, the consciousness, the ability to see what's going on, the ability for you that's in there to look and go, I see the river. Now you're standing on the bank of the river. You're not in it. You're not carried along. You're not swept away. You're just watching it. You're stood or sat at the side watching the river flow. That's the first step. Martha Beck talks about how crucial alignment and integrity are for achieving greatness. When you are in alignment with your higher self, your pathway becomes clear. The things that you should be doing become clear. Decisions, therefore, will become easier because they will resonate with your inner truth. This is the essence of integrity. Making choices that are in harmony with your true self, your higher purpose, the actual reason that you're on this planet. And so you have to connect with that actual reason. One of my clients described it beautifully after our coaching session. She said that I now feel like I have this beam that's shooting up into infinity. And everything that comes across my desk, everything that comes into my consciousness, everything that comes across my path, I now hold up to this beam. And if it is in alignment with that beam, with that direction I'm heading in, my North Star, then I'll give it my all. If it's not, I throw it away and I have nothing to do with it. Remember, when you say no to something that doesn't serve you, that doesn't serve your higher purpose, you're saying yes to an infinity of possibilities. The universe really wants to give you the things that you desire. You just have to open up. You just have to be in that place of consciousness, of awareness, of sitting on the bank and watching. That's where harmony, integrity with your true self lies. So how do we do that? How do we get on the bank? So I'm going to give you some actionable steps to help. The first thing is to pause and to reflect. And this is difficult in the busyness of life. I get it. Give yourself time. Take a moment to step back from the noise, from the distractions. Just take 60 seconds to pause, to close your eyes, and to breathe. And it's that little trigger, that mechanism, that will cause you to just come back to the eternal now, to this moment. And from that place, tune in to your gut, your intuition. Your body knows what's right before your mind does. Listen to those gut feelings. So move and act from that place of feeling rather from that sense of, oh, I need this, oh, I need that, oh, I need this. Change the energy of change the frequency of the decision. And remember to set boundaries. Learn to say no for those things that don't serve your higher purpose. This creates that space for what truly matters, so your no is a yes to the infinity of possibility. In a world filled with distractions, with shiny objects, you have a reliable guide inside of you. Your intuition, your guiding star. It's powerful. It will help you navigate the maze, and it will bring you back always to a place of alignment and integrity. And when you act in alignment, in integrity with your true purpose, that reason that you're on the planet, those people that need to hear what you've got to say, they need your message to reach them. It's your duty for that message to reach them. So anything that disconnects you from that, you need to learn to say no to. You need to put aside, and you need to focus on being true to who you truly are. Your higher self, that person that's inside of there, you already know the way. You don't need me to tell you, or anybody else for that matter. All you have to do is listen. Thank you for joining me today on this wonderful journey. If this episode resonated with you, then please share it with somebody who needs to hear it. And until next time, stay aligned. Keep shining your light in the world.